What did you ayaka kalimatu shahadata? So when did you actually take your shahada?
So, yeah, it was the year 2012. I took my shahada. It was it was called Bucks County Jail, Bucks County Prison or whatever. And so that's actually where I took my shahada.
Donc à toi kasoboina en 2012 ayaka kalimatu shahadata. But the question is, how was it, like, what led, at what point when you took the shahada, what was the, what made you take the shahada at that time? Like, what was the reason?
At that time, it was, you know, it was just being surrounded by Muslims. It was just like, there was kind of my surroundings at that time. The people they weren't like really religious Muslims either. They just were Muslim, and they were encouraging me to become Muslim and stuff, and they were teaching me about it very, very on a general like level. But so it was kind of just, at that time, it was kind of just being around Muslims, and it was something that one brother said to me that really got me though. He said, you know, because I kept telling him I want to learn more before because, you know, I grew up Christian. I'm the only Muslim in my family, so I went to Catholic school growing up, and it was like a night school aside from my regular school. But, you know, I grew up Catholic. You know, we did everything. Everybody in my family is Christian or Catholic, whatever. And so I kept telling the brothers in the jail I wanted to learn more before I actually convert. And one of them said something. He said, you can always learn. He said, but if you were to die tomorrow, you know, you're going to go to the hellfire. He said, so I advise you to take your shahada and then learn. And so that's what I did.
Donc, nyani ningango muyatu na dona slamayala, muyatu ayaka kalimatu shahadata. Ako miyo ke ko watila ko slamo chama de kumale kerefe kasobona. Slama chama de kumeno bebe kasobona. Donc, ulu kumeto ka encourager aka kalimatu shahadata. Mais ale kunko kale be fe ka kalane ke parce que ayemi yara fo ni nyina ka traduit premièrement a kelendro ni islamaya aka dem aka famina aka famine to u bela jele chrétienne. Donc ale kelen ka akelen ka avec doka ma kasobo en kona la ko me ko ebe ka fo ibena kala ibena doniya nyine me ibise ka doniya nyine me min kan ki ka kalimatu shahadata parce que ni me kalimatu shahadata ni saradro itayore jahannamari. Donc o kelen ko fa yorom na dro o ran la afana ka kalimatu shahadata aduna islamiyala alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. So Hamzah, the question is that how do you feel being a Muslim? Do you regret becoming a Muslim, and how do you feel about being a Muslim? Meka nyina ngo akelen ka do islamiyala eske animi sabala eske animi starindo ka fukale islamay nyani ngo kisonela.
No, not at any point did I feel any regret. Islam has, like, I mean, from where I was at before I was Muslim, I was doing bad things. I was doing a lot of bad things. I had, like, really bad habits and stuff, bad company, just a lot of bad stuff, just the typical bad things that are over here in the West. And so becoming Muslim, like I said, it was kind of till I got to the one prison I started learning, and I'd really like to even emphasize that book Kitab al-Tawheed, because once I started sitting in those classes, I really started to realize, like, this is the true way of life. And even before that, I was always amazed by, like, you know, the prayers, and but I just wasn't in a really good learning environment. But not at any point did I feel regret, and not only that, but I was able to get over all of the bad habits and a lot of the bad things that I was into. I was able to completely distance myself from that with ease. You know, I didn't have any, like, even inclination to going back to it when I came home. Yeah, so it's completely changed my life. I love being Muslim. You know, it's something I wish I could put into words, but I don't think the words I would put it into would really do it justice of how amazing it is to be Muslim.
Ok, donc à cause aleka ke slamaye ko nimisa foi ritare la, animisa ki se kelenta la. Au contraire, ale kontanen bari do ka ke slamaye ko parce que slamaya ye ale changer. Ko slamaya ye ale changer ka bon mina, ale kume kojugu mke, kojugu ni bela jile ni mugo kojugu kela kojugu ni mugo ba ke Amerique ni Europe nununa. Comme amu fo molu kojugu yena fo doroguta nununi sungurun tige nunu ni fenga dlomi nunu donc ko silamaya ye ale kisi ka boni kojugu bela jele ma kume unke ani fana teri jugu de fana kumale bolo silamaya ya to ale sila ka ayre jinya ka bo teri sugu nunu na et puis alhamdulillah silamaya ya to jugu min kumala ay jugu bela jele na donc ko silamaya kadale ko sibe et puis ale manimisa clé ka fuka kera silamaya. So another question, Hamzah, jazakallahu khairan. What would be your advice? What would be your, maybe the last question actually, what advice do you have for our brothers and sisters who are in Africa? Alhamdulillah, they were blessed to be born Muslims. They were blessed to be born Muslim. What advice do you have for them? Nyani ninga conseil la